Welcome back, Alan. We've got some fun invasions for you today. This first one is by far my absolute favorite. I've discovered the new meta for... Not this one. This one's just how it goes. But this one right here is by far my favorite. This is the new meta. It's just the single wave emote. Let them know what's going on, and then death by arrows. Easy game, easy life. Wave emote, new meta. So good. So today I finally acquired the obscuring ring for the first time ever. And so we have changed up the build a little bit, and we have one ring slot that we can just throw whatever we want because we've got a prisoner's chain, we've got the ring of favor, and Havel's ring, and those are all necessary for this build. In the fourth slot, we can just put whatever. So we've got the obscuring ring on, which comes in really handy for this one. So the host summons a phantom, and I'm like, oh man, if you're gonna summon phantoms, and I'm gonna screw around with you. So they can't see me, and they just come right up. So I go right up, and you can already imagine how this one's gonna go. But I pretty much just run up and wreak havoc, and they're just stuck. There's literally nothing these guys could do. With Astora's great sword, they're gonna be victim to my swings no matter what. And there's nothing they can do. If they can't get out, they'll get pelted with arrows. And that's what ends up happening. I'm putting so much pressure on them, and then the phantom dies because he tries to hit me, and then the host dies. And that was probably my favorite invasion that I've ever done right there. Just, that is the essence of what it means to invade in Dark Souls. This one, I got pretty frustrated. I cut this one down a lot, but I was in the world for about 15 minutes. And I kid you not, I could not find the host, and the host sat around somewhere hidden where no enemies could get him. And I kid you not, he password summoned this phantom buddy who cleared the entire level for him 4 times. He didn't even play. He just let the phantom do all the work. And it's like, what's the point of even playing this game if you're not going to actually play it? And so I was kind of irritated. I don't think I'm going to win this one. You can see they've hit me with the Undead Hunter. And I'm trying to bide time, and I see we can get the heals. So I'm like, okay, I go for it. Probably shouldn't have. He's using that spinny weapon art, which I know it's possible to parry, but I can't parry. And so I'm like, okay, I'll run away. I try to get over here just to get some spacing, but you can see they're pretty hot and heavy on me. And I'm trying to get them to proc a bit of poison because I've got some purple moss fruits. And I just can't get away. And I've got Undead Hunter on me, so you can just see they get me. And I don't feel too bad about that, because if you password summon someone over and over and over and over and over again, then I'm just kind of like, whatever, you can point down, but we all know you suck. So this guy was a pain in the butt. So this guy, I invaded him here, and I'm looking around trying to find him, because that's one of the things about this location, this part of the DLC, is it's pretty big, and it's an open area, so you kind of have to search around a bit to see where the host is. But one thing that I found is nice is the host will often have poison procced on him. So that's how I was able to find this guy. And so I see him up there, and I'm just kind of plotting and thinking how to do it. He's clearly taken out the angel. And I'm like, okay, what do I do? Is he waiting up there for me? Is he coming down? I don't really know. So I figured I'd go up and chase him down a bit. My big concern is not to proc poison, because then I know he'll see my health bar, and I don't want that. And so we're still wearing the obscuring ring. That's kind of a new theme for this build, is I don't want people to see me from a distance. I want to be able to close in and put pressure on him. And so that was 2,015 damage, and he did not die. That is absolutely bonkers. How much vitality do you have? How much vigor do you have? So we're trying to play the level. We're trying to use the level to our advantage here. And I should have ran and done a plunging attack. But Harold's there, and he runs past the Herald, runs past me. And so we give a little bit of chase. And again, I've got the purple moss clump, so I'm not super concerned about getting poisoned, but I'm still trying to actively avoid it. And so he's got he's a pyromancer. He's gonna have weak defense. And so I'm just trying to close in on him. He's just running around. And he's probably gonna try and turn burn me. But I'm trying to put pressure on him. He scathes a little bit. And we got him once, twice. It's a very bad lag. And I can trade with him, but he can't trade with me. So you can see I'm hitting him a few times, and then he decides here that he's just going to be a punk, and he goes for the disconnect, like a true champion. Disconnects should 100% grant a covenant item to the invader. It's just so frustrating. So we just screw around a bit. You can tell he's disconnecting. I'm irritable. We had good invasions today, but we also had a lot of bad ones. So, you know, that's just how it goes, right? Lo and behold, my very next invasion is the same guy. And so he's summoning phantoms, he's going in for the boss, and we go for a plunge right here. And unfortunately, we miss it. C'est la vie. He's got the phantoms. I'm not really sure what to do here, if I'm honest with you, because I know the NPC phantoms play differently, and I'm quickly getting into a 3v1 situation. I'm outmatched. I don't know what to do, and so I'm just kind of trying to take a little bit of damage or something. We get hit with the spear spinny weapon art, and this guy who disconnected on me literally 30 seconds ago. It's like, haha, look at me, look at my wave, I'm so terrible at this game, I can't play. Yeah. So these guys, these were a good batch. They were kind of staying by the bonfire. It's pretty common thing in these DLC areas. People want to just sit by the bonfire in case they lose, and that's kind of lame. And so I baited these guys out a bit. They were good sports. They kind of came and then retreated, and came and retreated. And so we did that for probably about 20 minutes. And I mean, I'm outnumbered here. It's the host world. I've got less than everybody. And so I'm trying to use whatever advantage I can. And so unfortunately, Profiteer's in the now right there. But they're out of Estus now, which is nice for us, but unfortunately, I'm not laying, I wasn't sure where the host was. And so I could have chased down the phantom, but unfortunately, I wasn't fully aware of where everything was. So he got over there, took a chance to heal, and I'm just letting them. If they want to hang out over there, that's fine. Because again, I'm outgunned here. I'm at a disadvantage, and I need to basically take my advantage where I can get them. And so I'm trying to use the angel as much as possible. And I mean, again, these guys are good sports about it. Like, they come out, they come after me here and there. They try to get me to come in, and I go in a few times, and we trade a bit. And, they're good sports. I like these guys. They actually play the game. They actually play the game. I did another invasion where, I kid you not, the host and his phantom sat at their bonfire for literally 20 minutes because they're just too scared to play. And it's just dumb. And so I'm trying to hit him with some throwing knives. He's too fast for me. Again, he's got no Estus, so he's pretty much dead in the water over there. He might have some Ashen Estus that he can use, but for the most part, the Goldie is pretty much out of the picture, which is good for us. So I know that I've got to get Goldie out. And so I'm just okay, I'll just play aggressive here for a minute. And so I go down and chase Goldie. I hit him with a couple throwing knives. And I thought he only had 1 health, but I was right. So we can see that nice little spinny move again, which works out nicely for our poise, because we can just poise right through that and do some sick damage. And this build, my Store's Greatsword does a little over 500, I think about 530, 540. I'm pretty happy with that. And you can see we poised right through that right there. I don't even think he hit us. And now I'm playing a bit aggressive. These guys are on the ropes. This guy went out and healed or did something. Probably used a Divine or Hidden Blessing, but whatever. He's going to come at us. I still know I've got the poise advantage on these guys. And so I don't know why the angel hurt me right there. That was kind of weird. But now the angel's hurting me. Not a good situation. Heal up. And we start to play a bit more aggressive. Whenever he does that move, I'm just instant. I'm going to punch it. And so we're in a perfect situation for me. Angel's hitting them. He's kind of hitting me, which is not super ideal. But we're in a spot where I can kind of take advantage and play a bit more aggressive. Goldie in the back there just did some weapon art, and so I've got a minute to attack the host. And I mean, that's just what we do. Goldie comes and he goes for that weapon art, and I just punish it. And then I win. And that's how it goes. So that was a pretty big key for me there, was I knew when he did the weapon art, I had to punish it, otherwise I wasn't going to win. And so, yeah. Good times, good time. So we finally find the host. Again, we've got the obscuring ring on, so I don't know if he can see me or not. But he's by himself, so I just give him a little wave. When I'm in a situation like this, I never really know how I'm feeling about what to do. I mean, these guys are just playing by themselves, like they're just trying to get through DLC. So I don't feel the need to make him play the level to get to me. And so this guy, I just kind of treat it like a duel, albeit with everyone can heal and whatever. And so he's got the big shield and the tiny sword, and I've got a big sword, and I've got poise. And so I missed the opportunity to get the riposte. C'est la vie. It's just how it goes. And he goes for a heal. So he's now on the defensive. I'm pretty happy about that. He thinks he can parry. And I've got a big sword. So he's going to keep on trying the parry. And I don't think he ever really realizes that he can't parry me. And he's just going to kind of keep going for it. And I am just going to keep on laying the punishment down. You can see we switch to the tiny sword for a minute. And we get a very bad missed plunging attack. That's something I want to try and do more, is use the small sword. But it's essentially just a sharp long sword with a shield. And I want to try and utilize that a bit more for chase downs, because that's one of my biggest issues with this build, is I just don't have the ability to like swing and chase people down with the Store's Greatsword. It's just too slow. And so I think he's run out of Estus because he's not healing. So I probably invaded before he got a chance to rest at the bonfire. And so he's just playing me. He knows I can shield break him easy, and he just goes down. There's just not a whole lot he can do there against me, besides the rolling backstab. But I've got so much endurance that I can do about 4 swings and a roll. So, I mean, what are you gonna do? This is a fun one. Similar to the situation earlier, I see he's down there, and I'm like, let's try a plunging attack. And I can't remember if I threw on the Silver Cat ring or not for this one. I think I just went for it, because why not? And so I kind of know where he's at, roughly. I think I spot him very briefly. And I'm like, all right, this is my chance. Yeah, there he is. And so we hop down and go for the plunge, and we are close, but no cigar. And so we fight this guy. It's a very quick battle. He's just not aware of the situation or me or my build or that damage. Definitely put a lot of pressure on him, and then, whoop, goes off the cliff. Unfortunate. Fortunate for me, unfortunate for him. So this was a really fun one. This was someone, again, just chilling at the bonfire, and they're a mage and they're doing their thing. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And so they hit us with that big old sword. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And so I'm like, okay, cool. You're a mage. I'll take you seriously. I've got a big sword. You're a mage. And so I get a nice hit in there, and they almost roll off the edge, which would have been oh so satisfying. But playing like we normally do, swinging the sword, trying to get the chip damage, trying to force them to heal and to do all the things of whatever. And pretty much if I can get 2 hits off, I'm pretty happy, because 2 hits with this sword means you have to heal yourself. Like, you're just not gonna make it. And so they get me there. Unfortunately for them, they can't chase me down because they're a mage. Because if they just had a sword right there, I would have been done. But they didn't. Oh well. And so the invasion goes on. And so they're pew-pewing me, trying to hit me with some spells. Obviously super easy to dodge and to get out of. There's a sword that they pulled out way too late. And they decide to run away. And so I'm like, okay, I run down and I sit down here for about 5 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, I'll come back, because I thought they were going to go equip wave blue, and since no blues have showed up, I'm like, okay, what's going on? So they're chilling, they're waiting, they're not dumb, and I'm like, all right, let's do this again. And so here we go, back to where we were, 1, 2, not sure why they let me hit them like that, but this bout goes a bit quicker than the last one did. I got a nice little roll catch there. And I can only assume that they are low or out of Estus, because if I invaded before they got a chance to rest or something, oh no, never mind, they healed. I forgot that she did that. But I keep playing. I'm playing a bit aggressive because that's a mage and the absorption's pretty low. And so, yeah, that's what we do. And all of a sudden, they just decide life is too much, and they end it right there. So that was weird, but, I mean, I'll take a pale tongue any way I can get it. I had a couple where as soon as I got into the world, it was like, Host of Embers destroyed, and I got a pale tongue. So, okay, take it where I can get it. And so here's another fun one, where they're just chilling at the bonfire, like they do. And this guy had a heavy weapon, and I had a heavy weapon. And so typically if I come up against somebody else with heavy weapons, my mentality is we are going to trade blows, and I want to be more efficient with trading than you. And so if I get hit once, but I can get 2 hits off, then I consider that like an efficient trade. I'm pretty confident in my ability to roll away from things, and usually after about 3 or 4 kind of volleys from them, you can tell how many swings they're going to do. And that usually works out in my favor, because again, I can do 4 swings with this sword. And so people kind of don't really expect that, and so sometimes I'll throw out 2 swings and they'll come in and I have a 3rd and a 4th swing, and so I'll still get 2 hits on them. And so yeah, we just play. They got a big sword, and 1, 2, very efficient trade. I decided to play a bit aggressive here and give a bit of chase, They get me good there. I also get them. They're low. I guess they were playing honorable here because there's just no healing. And that was a mistake, and you're done. So, what are you going to do? Don't make mistakes. That's what you don't do. It's actually, that was a different one. So this is the heavy guy who's hanging out at the bonfire. Just, you know, too scared to play the game and get souls. He's got a shortcut unlocked, but he's just going to hang out at the bonfire because why not? I mean, we are soul level 100, so it is pretty costly to level up nowadays. But I mean, really and truly, once you kind of hit this level, you don't really need to continue taking the souls up. I'm starting to learn because this build has done pretty good in this DLC. I've gotten to the little black swampy area, and I've only gone through, try to get there twice, but I've died there twice, obviously. And I did it with a co-op guy and once by myself, and it's just really not a big deal. I don't know why nobody wants to play the level. And so, but whatever. So, doing our invading thing, making trades. He's got a big old heavy weapon, and I want to play him aggressive here. He manages to swing off 4 pokes. But I get him in the end, and we win. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one.